Thank you. Please be seated.
Miss,
You say something, Katrina?
No, Your Honor.
that was
Okay.
going to be me, Your Honor. I was just going to ask Miss Mylink. I just got another email from her, but I had received one earlier too, so I was a little confused as to what the settlement was.
Oh, well, if there's a settlement, we can place it right on the record. Then all of us will know. All right. Looks like, I'm guessing that this is Mr. Thompson is representing Village Joseph's Run. And I think that I heard Ms. Mylink was representing the Sears Judah case. Although that one was off and there was an agreement already on that case.
That's the one I just sent in, and I didn't think I had sent it in previously because I just gotten it back from Mr. Thompson.
All right, well, let's call that case and find out what the mystery settlement is. So calling case the Village Joseph's Run versus Alex Judah, Kipson Judah, and Destiny Sears. This is file 21-23-34-8 LT. Counsel, please identify yourselves for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andrew Thompson on behalf of the Village at Joseph's Run.
Amy Mylink, Legal Services of Eastern Michigan, on behalf of the defendants.
All right, today's time and date set for the trial on a termination of tenancy. My understanding is that there was an agreement that's been reached between the parties. Is that correct?
There is, Your Honor. With regard to Ms. Sears, we have actually dismissed the case because she's moved out and this is a possession-only case. For Mr. Judah, as long as the July rent is paid and the court costs are paid, Mr. Judah would be allowed to stay in the property. I believe the date was through the end of July. But if rent isn't paid by, I believe the date is the 14th, then then the normal writ date would apply.
Okay, and that is regarding Alex Judah or Kipson Judah? There's two.
That would be Alex Judah.
Okay, and anything regarding Kipson Judah?
Please go ahead.
I have not, I mean, we've been informed by both Alex and Ms. Sears that he moved out of the property some time ago. So
Okay.
Alex
So
is the only one remaining there.
Was it a consent judgment then?
It would be consent as to Alex Judah, and I guess we would enter it as a default against Kipson Judah. And again, we have filed a dismissal against Ms. Sears.
Okay. Let me just find out to make sure that Kipson Judah has not appeared in the virtual waiting room. Katrina, is there anyone in the virtual waiting room that we've not addressed yet?
No, Your Honor.
And Michaela, are you able to see whether there's not, I know there's two gentlemen, both named Tom, so that doesn't help on this case, and they're both in the courtroom. Is there anyone else in the lobby or any other area, Michaela? You're muted.
Your Honor, I don't have the all-seeing eye, but there has been nobody that has checked into my window today.
Thought we'd fix that all-seeing eye problem. Okay, we'll see if we can get you the, I think Lance calls it the eye in the sky, but the access to the cameras, so it'll be very helpful.
Your
You don't
Honor,
see anybody
I do not see anybody in the courthouse lobby or coming up to the courthouse.
All right, well, there you go, Michaela. Katrina has access to that program, so what we'll do is it'll be a default then against Kipson Judah, consent judgment for Alex Judah as stated on the record, and a dismissal for Destiny Sears, if I understood correctly. So if there is a judgment that's been prepared, I will sign it upon receiving it.
There
We'll be
has, and I
adjourned on
think,
that case.
thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Mylink, are you appearing specifically in any of the other files?
I am not, and I am going to,
You're obviously welcome to
away.
stay. I just want to be sure.
yeah.
Okay. And I think the Yatch Lloyd one has already been taken care of.
Yeah, we adjourned
correct?
that one for a few weeks because to get processing through home to stay.
Right.
I may just go to mute and stop video, and also I'll be here in the background just in case I'm needed, but working on other
Okay.
things.
Why don't I call then the case of Leanne Apartments versus Wayne Morris. This file 21-23338 LT. Counsel, identify yourself for the record.
Andrew Thompson on behalf of Leanne Apartments.
All right, today's the time and date set for hearing on this termination case. Katrina, is there anyone in the virtual waiting room?
Your Honor, I do have someone that just appeared. Let me bring them in. I have a phone number ending in 0633. Could you tell me your name, please?
Wayne Morris.
Well, that works out just fine, Mr. Morris. We just called your case. Mr. Morris, you're representing yourself today?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr.
I'm
Thompson.
not
this
arguing
looks-
about nothing, Judge.
You're not arguing about nothing? Okay, so you're just trying to
No,
find out.
Yes, because I everything I found is at the end of the month. But I ain't arguing about not turning the apartment over.
Okay. So, Mr. Thompson, it looks like all else being set in place that the writ date would be July 19th. I don't know if there's an agreement for something different or not.
No, we have not reached another agreement, Your Honor. This is a case for possession only. We're after termination, and we're just seeking possession of the property with a writ date of July 19th.
All right. Mr.
Is
Morris,
there any
since,
way I can get a date longer than that?
that would be between you and Mr. Haskell, depending on how your relationship. But I'm going to grant the writ date of July 19th. They have up to 56 days to actually execute the writ. So it depends on how well you've interacted with your management there. So plan on.
Oh, I ain't even talked. I don't understand why I even did it, because I've had this for just month to month for 2.5 years, and I ain't even talked to him in like 8 months.
Well, might do you well to talk with him to see if you can get an extension. But right now, they do have the right to ask for a writ on July 19th. So you have at least until the 19th. But you
So
could
what
get
would
more
happen at the
extensions.
19th, Judge?
Well,
What would happen
on
on
the
the 19th?
so on the 19th, if you don't move out or have an agreement for longer, then they could request the sheriff's deputies to remove you from the property.
All right, so my best bet is go talk to Chuck.
That's your best bet. Talk to Chuck, see what you can work out. If not, you know the date. All right?
All right,
Thank
July
you, Mr. Morris.
19th.
July 19th,
All right,
plan on
thank
right
you.
now, unless you, all right, thank you. Mr. Thompson, you're gonna prepare the judgment?
Will do. I would also note for the record, Your Honor, that the case that we have set for 1:30, also with Leanne Apartments, is
Yes.
actually been resolved, and we'll be
Okay.
forwarding a consent judgment on that shortly, but there's no need for a hearing at this point.
Okay, that'll be
I'm
the one.
working on
the
it
one
right
done.
now.
Okay, that would be Miss Deborah Bailey.
Correct.
Okay, then we'll be adjourned on that file as well. All right, the next file I'm calling is the case of Thomas McCann versus Tom Sense. This is file 21-23339 LT. I'll start with the Tom on my left and then go to the Tom on my right. Please state your name.
Thomas McCann, the owner.
Thomas Zentz.
All right, today's time and date set for termination of tenancy. Mr. McCann, have you reached an agreement with Mr. Sense regarding this case?
Yes, he realizes he has to vacate the property.
Okay. So you're not asking for any money, just
No.
access to the property.
I just want termination of tenancy. I just want the property back.
All right. Mr. Sense, any reason why I shouldn't grant that?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, same thing's true that you just heard. The 19th is the date. Mr. McCann could get a writ on that date. If you have discussion with him regarding others, you can do that, but he is not required to go beyond the 19th. That's the 19th, then he can ask for the assistance by what's called a writ. We'll be adjourned on your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.